number 25, Paavo Sefolosha. At guard, 6'7" from Creighton, number 20. At guard, 6'7".
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. Of the first official NBA appearance from Robinson.
You know, and what a huge moment this is for him. I mean, your whole life has been spent leading up to this, and finally he's going to get to take the court in the NBA. I mean, his mind has to be racing like a million miles an hour.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, there are all different kinds of pressure situations. This is about as nerve-wracking as it gets. But even so, I don't think it takes away from how much he enjoys it.
And Detroit, looking at who they've got. Jackson and Caldwell Pope.
Grandpa.
Aaron Baines out there with Anthony Tolliver. And it's Johnson in at the 3 slot. After a rookie season in which he really struggled, Dennis Schroeder made big strides last year.
Yeah, I think pretty much dramatic improvements across the board, Kevin. Really a most improved candidate for sure. He solidified that reserve unit for the Hawks, in my opinion.
Jackson dishes to Baines. Here's the break. Outside Robinson. To the right side. Splitter with a screen on Jackson. Schroeder kicks to Robinson. Shot clock at 5. He used that pick to perfection. Robinson gets it to go, and that's not just any basket, folks. Those are his first points here in the NBA. There's a good screen. Here's Caldwell Pope. Goes back up, and it's blocked.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
It always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
There's a screen by Robinson, and play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And the idea of setting the screen on that play was right, but just poor execution.
So it's Detroit now, trailing by 2, and Detroit looking at who they've got. Jennings and Meeks in the back.
Dude,
Marcus
I
Morris
hate
is
it
out there with Ilyasova, and
How the
it's
fuck is that
Drummond
a
in at the pivot
breach?
spot, manning the middle. Quarter 2, and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Jennings with the bucket.
Of
It
course.
started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Hawks have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. And he gets the bucket.
Check out these hands. That's rush hour handle. Not midday, not early morning. That's rush hour handle. That nasty spin just froze the defender.
And really, last season was one of improvement for the Pistons. They were able to shoot the ball better and better as the season wore on. Overall, they cut out the little mistakes that had bothered them back in 14.
Robinson outside for Korver. Horford against Drummond. It's Robinson high post. Goes up with a stripe, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Well, as you said, Greg, the Pistons were a team that showed marked improvement. And Clark, they did clean up their play style as well.
Yeah, they got better from 2014 to 15 in terms of upping their assists and cutting down the turnovers. Just made it a much more enjoyable game to watch the way they play.
And here we see the debut of Freak, the kid from Harlem. His first time on an NBA floor. And Clark, it's a moment that he's worked very hard to achieve, and his family has got to be proud.
Extremely so, Kevin. It's been a long journey for him, but every level along the way, he's found success. High school phenom, playing for a college championship. I wouldn't bet against this kid on anything when it comes to basketball.
Over the back
Well, with Freak
foul.
Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out
Legit
after his
went up
freshman
for
year.
a
And Kevin,
rebound.
it's really hard to blame
So
a
try
guy
to get
like
in
Freak for
fucking
doing that.
foul.
I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Dishes to Morris. Passes it to Ilyasova. 6 to shoot. And here's Jennings outside. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only
Dude
missed
just never
2 shots
misses.
from the floor.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Teague, the pass to Robinson. Shoots from 12. And it's Robinson again missing. The Pistons leading. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. And that is good.
Come on.
Morris has got 7 now in this quarter.
Trash.
Well, we know prior to last season, the Pistons handed the car keys.
Dude, I don't want the ball taken. I don't want the ball.
He had some early hiccups, but overall, I think they're headed in the right direction. He's a proven winning coach in the NBA.
Jennings against Robinson. And too long on the shot. Pistons leading by 4. Now Detroit moving it up. Morris with the bucket.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Robinson against Jennings.
Pass the ball. Pass.
It's stolen by Morris.
You're fucking pressing the button 20 times and you're not doing it.
Pass to Jennings. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Hey guys, Brandon Jennings, some people love his chaotic game. Some can't stand it. One of the more polarizing talents in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever shoot.
The Pistons making a change here. The clock runs out. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to... For a look here. Splitter's checked in for Horford. Mike Scott comes in for Paul Millsap. Justin Holiday's checked in for Cephalosha. Robinson is subbed in for Jeff Teague. And then for Detroit, Johnson, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Caldwell Pope comes in for Meeks.
Why isn't my dude dribbling like I want him to?
Robinson in at point guard. Scott is out there with Splitter. Then there's Kyle Korver. And it's Holiday in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
And for Reggie Jackson, the league is going the right way in terms of his skill set. Everyone loves the guard who can shoot well enough to bust the zone, as well as make plays for others and at the rim. And Jackson is that guy.
Hardaway gets a screen from Robinson. Just 5 on the clock. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
That's good. And the Pistons lead by 20. And back to Jackson. He really took on the playmaker role after being traded to the Pistons. As a Detroit player, he averaged over 9 assists a game, Clark, which would have put him 4th overall in the league had it been for a full campaign.
Loved his aggressiveness, which led to opportunities for his teammates, but it also led to turnovers. That part of his game, he's got to tighten up.
Ilyasova sets a screen for Jackson. He dishes it to Ilyasova. Inside, here's Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. No good on that one. And the second free throw, good. Robinson against Jackson. Robinson left side, up top Splitter. Right side Scott. Kicks to Robinson from downtown. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation. Brandon Jennings. Talk about lighting it up in the second quarter. My word, that. And that's it for our broadcast here tonight. But we're just.
mean, you know, you fucking idiots, has probably been going on for fucking 200 fucking years now, and now you decide you want to prosecute somebody?
That's why I said, how did they find out
Money
about
ruled
it?
this fucking country since the very fucking beginning. You can buy anything you want. If you got enough cash, somebody will take it.
I'm coming home. New York City, baby. I'll be honest, I'm pretty excited. Mama, Pops, and Cece, yeah, they're gonna be there. Playing in front of them in the NBA uniform for the first time is gonna be a special moment for me. Now, I know all of Harlem's gonna be watching. No pressure, right? It's all good, though. I've been waiting for this my entire life. And I'll be ready.
Bow, 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 bow,
Welcome to this Thursday night in the NBA, right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. Knicks trail by 5. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
On the court right now for the Hawks, Robinson is at the point. Horford is out there with Splitter. Then there's Kyle Korver, and it's Teague in at the shooting guard position. Robinson against Calderon. Goes back up. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup.
It is
much
exactly
better
what
off
you need to do.
making him go to the line.
Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for the Hawks. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Teague.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Williams kicks to Afflalo. 5 on the clock. Calderon for 3. Offensive rebound. And so he draws the foul on the shot on trip to the line to shoot 2.
My teammates are always getting
He got
fouls.
whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple. You know, kind of packing it
That's why
in
we lost our last
for the
game.
sake of
'Cause
being
motherfuckers
better in
kept
the
on
future.
fouling.
Can possibly work in New York for a year or 2, but not longer than that. The
Why
media
didn't you
will
just
eat
pass
you
it to
up
me?
there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
And Afflalo wide open. He shoots. Drops in the tray.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Hawks have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Splitter with a screen on Calderon. Splitter passes to Robinson. 1:16 left to play in the first quarter. Shoots from the high post, and it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
How
New
can't I
York's
do
gone 2 or 3 from
something
deep so
from
far in
the
this
free
game.
throw line?
Some nice passing by New York here. Here's Calderon. 9 points last game out. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that,
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
the Knicks have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. That's good from Calderon.
I hate playing for this team
The thing
already.
about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season, playing a career low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
Yeah, and Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason calf injury, he missed the team's first 13 games and never was able to really get going. Remember, coming into a new system where he had to learn how to play differently, and then after all that, you have to shut him down because of that left Achilles. A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Passes it to Afflalo. Releases from 15. No luck. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Knicks out front. And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this.
It's easy. It's basketball.
You don't hear too many players, Greg. The Hawks trail by 4. We've got Kyle O'Quinn. He's out there with Anthony. Kevin Seraphin is out there with Afflalo. And it's Galloway in at the 1 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. They get it again. Splitter kicks it over to Schroeder. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Dishes to Scott. Robinson for 3, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. Robinson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. There's Galloway.
No.
Started by Schroeder, and that one's good. And that's 12 points for Aaron Afflalo.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
There's a screen. Schroeder passes to Scott. Feeds to Hardaway. Splitter with a screen on Anthony. Deep 2 from Robinson. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
Effective screen set there for the jump shot. That was the key to the play.
Clark, one thing about the Hawks last year is they were very strong on the road, as
No.
you could have guessed.
Yeah, but Kevin, they struggled a little bit down the stretch on the road, but still managed to have the best road record in the East.
Schroeder with the ball. Now guarded by Afflalo. Schroeder kicks to Robinson. Just 5 to shoot. And it's blocked. Here's Splitter. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game. New York's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. The 3 from Afflalo. Kept alive by New York. Anthony dishes to Seraphin. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Knicks lead by 1.
That's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game.
That's his second personal foul. If he gets another, it probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
The Knicks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. Galloway hits both of them. The Hawks trail by 3. Schroeder passes to Splitter. Hardaway for 3. Another 3 for Atlanta. New York's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Now Anthony. He had 28 points in the win against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And he also made his presence felt on the defensive side as well. 3 block shots were registered in that game.
Galloway with the bucket.
And how about that? Responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one.
And we welcome you back.
illness and shit. His kids, his wife, all that.
He's your age.
The Knicks leading by 3.
And Dennis Schroeder out of Germany, his teammates give him a hard time about putting mayonnaise on everything. He eats a turkey burger with mayo before every game. And let me tell you, no need to change because he's settling in just fine.
On the court for Atlanta, Robinson. He's in at shooting guard. Scott is out there with Splitter. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 slot. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Atlanta
How did I
again
miss?
missing.
This is what I mean, bro. My character is absolutely ass.
Country, but he had a pretty hard scrabble upbringing.
Yeah, you know, he had some brushes with authority early on in his life. He's still relatively young, so in the past, I think he's in a really ideal situation in Atlanta right now.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Here's Robinson.
Oh my God.
And it's out of bounds for the
Of course, every time that dude is blocking.
Aaron Aflalo. He's checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Here's Robinson. 5 points in the game. 5 on the clock. And it's blocked.
Dude, again. Are you fucking kidding?
That's +5 in that category.
And guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
And he gets it to go.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Galloway. 10 points for him. Williams attacking.
Just ran right around like I was nothing.
Williams has got the lead. Back up to 8 now for the Knicks.
It's a huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Poked away and stolen by Aflalo. And they're running. Goes up. And the jam by Derek Williams.
Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop.
These are your Knicks City Dancers. Go on and give it up.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter.
Yeah, because I went over there yesterday. I took my stuff over there, you know. I was showing him. I mean, you getting that real interesting a little bit, you know, but.
A crucial possession with time ticking down.
Boy, they'd like to put themselves in front right here.
They've got Amundsen. Kevin Serafin is out there with Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Robin Lopez. And it's Porzingis in at the point. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Outside for Robinson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And he has slipped into a funk, Clark. You can see the confidence is shaking.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out.
Clutch shot right there. That could be the difference maker.
Indeed, it might be a big, huge moment in this game right there.
Lets it go from deep. It's deflected. Now, here's O'Quinn. Tight defense on him. Millsap with the steal. And here's the break. There's the feed to Horford. Got it!
I tell you, somebody got to Al Horford. He's playing with a lot of fire.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Derek Fisher was just going over the plan with his team. The game's still in question, but he told his players, guys, this is when it's fun, right? Time is winding down, a close game. This is where you show the preparation and the time you've put in. Kevin, we'll see if they respond.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender. Maybe next time.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
You know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Sure. It's not over. The clock is as much a problem for them as the score is right now, so they've got to try to manage it.
And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that will put them up by 2. And so he drops them both. It's a 3-point game.
Absolutely massive free throws. That'll force them into a 3-point attempt.
"17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Galloway. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one on Horford.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Galloway hits both of them. And the call will be against Langston Galloway. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the
right
last
on the
guy
line, but
you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And he does get the second one. And that will put them up by 2. Down low. Lopez kicks to Grant. And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Horford.
Still Knicks ball. Sasha Vujacic.
Here's Vujacic. Missed. And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Paul Millsap. Tonight we saw all the reasons why he's been an established presence in this league for as long as he has. Clutch play from a... And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal...
I don't know if it was on the news or not. We watched another show last night. You hear about the owner of the New York Knicks? How he kicked the fan out of the fucking stadium. Because they've been telling him to sell the team for years, I guess. And they sucked last night. And the fans like, you should sell the team. And the owner's like, oh yeah, really? Come here. He says you're gone forever.
And he's like, why? I was just expressing my opinion. And he's like, no, that's not an opinion.
That was rude, I think he said.
Yeah.
That was rude.
But he said, no, that's not an opinion, too.
Yeah. And he said, he had a security guard grab him. But, like they were saying, I don't know if he could do that. Yeah, he is the owner of the stadium, too.
It's not, and I understand some of his judgments might shadow his actual character. It's not that at all. Man, Vic,
I didn't know you owned the Rangers.
we actually, like, we have love for each other. We're brothers.
He owns the Rangers, too. and
Blood
they
couldn't
both
make us
are,
any
like,
closer.
dead last
I
in
mean,
every- in their season.
he has so much loyalty to me
I don't know how the hell he has so
and
much damn money.
to my family.
If all the teams are failing.
You always have them fucking diehard fans that go, that buy season tickets no matter what and go.
Well, so that means he owns Madison Square Garden. So he probably makes a shit ton of money.
Yeah, probably.
But that's where the Knicks are out of, Madison Square Garden, isn't it? New York Knicks.
He also owns the Raiders.
He owns the Raiders too?
Mhm.
No, they said Rangers.
Rangers? Oh, I thought they said Raiders.
Pretty sure it was Rangers. But they said, and that's hockey right now, and they said they were the second to last in their series right now. Football ain't playing.
Here's the owner of the Patriots got fucking busted for prostitution.
Yeah.
I just love how all these rich people in their shit's coming out now. They've been doing it forever.
Now, you take a fucking multi-fucking millionaire.
No, he's a billionaire, they
Okay,
say.
he's a billionaire.
Yeah.
And you gotta pay for pussy?
Yeah.
There should be women throwing that shit at
That's
you.
right.
You shouldn't have to pay